Welcome back to Becoming a Published Author is Fun. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, check out episode 8 where I explain it. Today we are in episode 49. We're getting there, folks. The very next post is going to be number 50. I don't know that I ever thought that it would be this fast we get to 50. But we're almost there. Today's subject is be unique. And I don't care if you've just started writing or if you have been writing for decades. This is something that we need to be reminded of once in a while. Many companies, if you ever watch their commercials, they tout something, if you think about it, they're just touting something that is normal, but they make it sound unique. And they take something that they all do, but they'll say, I'm going to emphasize this in my marketing, and it makes it look like that is unique. And that is a good way to go about doing your marketing. But I want to take it one step further. I say that you are unique. You have a unique set of skills, a unique business, whatever your business happens to be. You're more than just an author. If you're just at the very basic, you're an author, a marketer, and publisher. Especially if you're an indie author, you have all those titles. Whether you actually do them or hire them out, you still have those titles. So you have some things that make you unique. And that's what we're going to be looking at here. And here's a definition, not mine necessarily, but I looked it up, and this is the definition that I found. Unique is being the only one of its kind. Another thing, as I said, it was unlike anything else. So the perception is that you are the only one of its kind. Say you're like me, a publisher. I'm the only one of its kind. Now, all I have to do is look around and know there's a lot of other publishers. But you stand out. There's something about you that stands out. What is it? We'll get to that. You're unlike anything else. So I have a couple of examples. There's others that I know of. These two I work with quite frequently, and so I know a little bit about them. They are both unique. The first one is Gordon Duncan. He is an author. He is a teacher. He's actually taught me. He's a coach. He's my coach. He has his own business called Capitalize Your Best, and he's got some other businesses as well. He is a man of many hats, skills, knowledge. He stands out. He has that which makes him unique, and he markets that, and he lets people know that he is an authority on different levels. The other person I want to use here is Nancy Kuykendall. She is also someone I work, by the way, they are also friends of mine, both of these. She's a coach. Well, actually, first of all, she's an author, good author. She's a publisher. She's a coach. She also does editing, formatting, and different other things for clients. And so these are just two people that I know. I belong to a group of people called the Christian Authors Community and Services, or CACS, C-A-C-S. And every one of those members in there have unique skills, unique knowledge, and a unique approach to the way they do business and things of this nature. What makes them stand out? And so this is a very important thing for you to consider. And so we'll take it down a little bit here and start looking at just how it can be of use to you. So I have a question here. What makes you unique? Now, I'm hearing voices. Not really. But some of you might be saying, there's nothing about me unique. I'm just an ordinary person. I just like to write, so on and so forth. Ditch that. Ditch it. You are unique. You are a unique person. God created you. There's none other like you. So you are unique. Some people might say about me that they're glad that God only created one person, one Ronald Riddle. Although there are others out there with probably that same name. But I'm unique. I like to tell people that my last name is Riddle, which is a puzzle, and I'm a puzzle, which makes me unique. The Bible talks about Christians as being peculiar, and that's not a slap. That is it's our uniqueness. We are unique in the world because God created the church. God created us. God led us to Him, where we ended up receiving, asking, and then receiving salvation, forgiveness for sins. And He's then called us to be writers, whether it's just to be a writer, a Christian writer, or to be a writer of Christian books. You can be both, or just one. But that makes you unique, because there's a lot of authors out there that are not saved. There are a lot of authors out there who don't know the gospel and have never heard it. And so they don't have that. You are unique. You have a message that God has given you. And He gives us all the core message, the same core message, but He gives each one of us a message that is designed for us. And He uses us to get that message out. So I know there's one person, I don't have this person on the list here, but he's another friend of mine in CAX. His name is John, and he is an illustrator. And he has a message too. I mean, I think he's actually written books too. But the thing is, his primary business is that of an illustrator. Well, his message is through the pictures, images, and things of this nature that he creates. He is telling a story in the graphics he's using and how he projects them. That's a skill. That is like I said, it's a message in itself. You've heard the saying, 1,000 pictures worth 1,000 words. Well, that's what he's doing. So every time he puts out a picture, there's 1,000 words or more. So the thing is that we all are unique. And we need to look at ourselves really closely. What makes you unique? Examine yourself. Here's a question. What am I? Now, I'm just going to use myself here, because I don't know you, but I know myself. So, what am I? Well, among other things, I'm an indie publisher. I'm also an indie author, but I'm an indie publisher. I publish my own books, and I publish other people's books. What do I offer? Well, as a publisher, I also offer a writing course, which includes a 2-tiered training method. It includes a publishing package and a marketing helps. It includes some free marketing helps, in fact. There's coaching, one-on-one coaching. These are all things that I offer that makes me stand out, makes me unique. What skills do I have? Okay. Well, first of all, because I'm a author, obviously one would think that I would put down writing. I could put it down imagination, but that's not really a skill. I'm not sure exactly what what category you'd put that under, other than imagination, creative. The Gordon Duncan, he calls them calls all of us creatives, and I think that pretty well covers it. We have an imagination. We can create stories in our mind. We can see a picture. I'm looking out a window right now, and I can see things happening, and I could actually come up with a story based on what I'm seeing. That's a creative. The illustrator I was talking about, perhaps he's giving a plot of a book and something of this nature. And he might actually, as he's looking at that and reading that, he may be forming in his mind a picture that he's now going to take from those words into his mind, and then down onto paper or into his computer, the image that he has already thought about and pictured in his mind. He's being a creative. And so that is something that you are. If you're an author, you are a creative. You are creating things from your imagination and from facts and other sources that you have available to you. But these are skills, these are talents, these are abilities. These are things that make you unique. So don't sit there and say to yourself or say to other people, I'm not unique. I'm just an ordinary person. No, you are not. You are unique. Think of it in the way of creation. When God created you, he created you in the image of God. That makes you, it doesn't make you unique, because everybody has been created initially in the image of God. That's when he created Adam. And then later Eve. He created them in the image of God. Usually that's, people will say, oh, that's body, soul, and mind. Well, however you want to apply that, that's true of all people. But how you then take it to the next step, are you a born-again believer? Well, that in itself is unique. As although Christianity has been around for 2,000 years, and governments all around the world are influenced it, true Christianity is really a minority, because there's not that many. When you consider the millions and billions of people who have lived and are living, we are a minority. It makes us a little bit unique. Well, within Christianity, you have different levels of Christians. I'm not talking about where they serve. Just because a person is a pastor or has a doctorate or maybe they're a professor in a college or something like that, that can make them unique in itself. But you can be unique too. You could be sitting at home with no degrees behind your name, but you love the Word of God, and you trust Him completely. You have faith in Him. You take every step you make. You are doing it as a step of faith, and you're following Him and His will for your life. There's some unique things there. You may not even know them all, and your journey through life brings them forth, and you find out you're skillful. Maybe you just recently learned that you have a skill in writing, or you have a skill in describing different things, or how do you relate, how you communicate. Those are all skills. Those are all things that can make you unique. And God takes all these things and combines them into a coherent messenger with a real message. That is what makes us unique as writers. We have a unique message, whether it's direct or, for instance, nonfiction, or even in fiction, or whether it's indirect. The thing is that requires skill, and those are things that make you unique. So I would encourage you to go through, take a sheet of paper, and start writing down everything that you think might make you unique. In fact, I'll go one further. Why don't you just write down every characteristic you have, whether you think they're unique or not. Write them down, and then go through those lists when you're all done. And it doesn't have to do with you being an author, just you as a person, as a believer. And you go through and you find out all these different things. Then you can go and start to isolate them. Does this have anything to do with writing? In any, excuse me, in any manner of speaking, any way in which it might touch your writing. You might be surprised at skills you have, abilities you have, that you didn't even think of when you think of writing, but they're there and you do tap into them. And so write them down, and then just try to find out say 7. That's one of my favorite numbers in the Bible. 7 means complete. So or mature. So the thing is, you go write down the 7 top things that you find, and those are things that are probably making you unique, especially when you pull them all together and use them all together, if you can do that. So just do that. What are you? What makes you unique? What are you? Like I said, now I have an indie publisher. I'm an indie author. I'm an indie marketer. Those are different. I'm a coach. I'm a teacher. Different things which I can go down and just write down things in which I do. Same thing as you. So you ask yourself that. Write those things down. Then go down and make another list. What do I offer? Again, you can probably offer a lot of things. I have a lively imagination. I could put that down. That's not necessarily a skill. It's more of a born talent. It's my imagination. So, but you have I just got 2-tier and then publishing, but there's other things that I offer people in the business. I offer them good prices, great prices, in fact. I offer them different free tools that they have access to. I'm constantly developing new tools and putting them together in a package that the student will have access to, not only while they're in the course, but after the course is all over. Or if they're a client, they'll have access to those tools. So I'm developing that. I offer, like I said, one-on-one coaching. That is something that is very important, and that is something that you may or may not do. But again, list the things that apply to you and where you think you have any kind of a skill level and anything that you think that you offer outward. What skills? We have already touched on that. Then I put down here this is probably, of all the things I've said here, this is probably the most important. And that is market them. Now, if you, I don't know, you look this guy up, Gordon Duncan, or you look up Nancy Kuykendall, you look me up. You're obviously, you're watching this video, this podcast. Well, every one of us is doing something on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn. I believe he's even on, I can't think of the name of it right now, but he's on different social media. He may be on all of them, but he gets on there and he does some unique reels that are very short, very to the point, and they teach people a particular truth. And he is an inspiration to watch. I learn a lot from him, and you can too. And that's the purpose, the motive behind this whole thing of becoming a published author is fun. To pass on information to you free of charge that you can use now. So you have some unique things. You have a platform, if you will, that makes you unique. You want to use it. Don't be afraid of somebody stealing it. Give it away. Because when you start giving it away, it's going to come back to you. 10-fold, 50-fold, 100-fold. God wants you to be a success. And He's given you some unique skills, abilities, and even a platform. You have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.